Hello everyone, and I'm Esther. I'm one of the game players for Touchy Elf, and welcome to this month's Origin on the House. Little bit of playthrough and a big, somewhat of a review. I have played a little bit of Mass Effect 1, so I'll probably be mostly comparing it to my experience inside the first game. So what I'm expecting is basically a pretty fun science fiction shoot 'em up that is mostly third person. To be honest, I don't know enough about Mass Effect or am really that interested in these sort of games to have that much of a expectation. So yeah, I'm kind of not really picky on my expectation. Don't really know much of what is going on. I played a little bit of the first one, not enough to, but never finished it. We do have a let's play scheduled for all three Mass Effect games on our channel later. So look forward for that. So yeah, I guess that's everything about what I'm expecting. I heard that this game has really good customizing, so hope that's true. BioWare. Ooh, this looks interesting.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for. Saving the Citadel, but leaving the Council to die. Humanity's place in the galaxy is stronger than ever.
Okay, I don't know who these people are. From how they are talking, it doesn't sound like they are really with the Alliance.
We're sending her to fight Geth. Geth. We both know.
Oh, hey, she walked through a hologram. That's pretty cool.
Are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust
Not a
us.
huge fan of the close-up on the smoking. I can handle smoking in video games and drinking. They're just not one of my favorite elements in games. I would prefer if they weren't there.
She's just one woman.
But hey,
We lose Shepard, humanity
does make this guy have a edgy, powerful, probably not totally trustworthy. The little intro screen that's going to tell us what's going on. Reapers coming every 5,000 years. Geth attack. Council destroyed. Human base. Now they're trying to cover up the Geth. That sounds like humans. Geth. They are partially bionic, partially cybernetic race. They were made by the Quirians, I think. The Normandy. When we were playing the first Mass Effect, when Abby and I were playing the first Mass Effect game, we realized that a lot of the human ships were named after cities and places on Earth. So that's interesting.
Up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel.
Unidentified vessel. I know enough about science fiction to know that is never good.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly.
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers.
That's a pretty big cannon. Oh, maybe this is one of those Reaper things that the introduction was talking about, or a Reaper ship, or... And how they were able to see the Normandy was that they were looking for life extinguishers, but that doesn't that doesn't make sense because of the stealthing technology. If you're hearing any blowing sounds, it's because it's really windy where I am recording. So, sorry about that. I really like how in the game they cover up Shepard's face. That definitely leaves him or her as a blank slate for customization later. So that's cool. Well, because this is the second game in Mass Effect, of course. So, one of the options for the character customization is importing a character. And I don't have a character to import, so I will be customizing a new one. Don't worry, that'll all be in time-lapse. Let's go into panic mode. Fire. I really like Mass Effect spacesuits. They're really interesting. And so far, I'd have to say that the opening for the second Mass Effect game is much better than the opening for the first one. And the first one was okay, but I wasn't interested in it. I didn't know why I should care. You know, yeah, sure. This Spectre guy is evaluating me to become a Spectre. Why should I care? Maybe I don't want to be a Spectre. Oh, oh, this thing happens inside the first game. Why should I care? I really like how the walking, how Shepard is walking in this. It is pretty realistic to, I think, how you would walk if your ship was burning down. Turning the wrong way. Move the camera. Ah, there we go. I'm also playing on PC, so if you're used to console, it's a bit different. I also think it's interesting how Shepard's walking a bit more calmly in this area, but then again, I didn't notice that the top part of the ship was actually blown off. That is pretty interesting. So she's walking more carefully in order to stay in the ship. That'll explain the mass.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy. I can still save her.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up. They're coming around for another attack.
Oh no. I wonder how Joker knew that the we were going to be attacked again if we took him away from the monitor. Looks like maybe we haven't done that yet. Or however this works. Nope, still there, so that's how he was able to see it. What I think is really interesting is that in the opening it really does put Shepard as a hero, because he or she, depending on how you decided to play or what gender your Shepard is, went to such lengths to make sure that everyone else on the Normandy got out, even if it meant that they wouldn't survive. Ivan, that is true heroism, being able, in my opinion, to be willing to sacrifice yourself to save others. To be honest, I'm not sure if I could do that, but I think everyone has the potential to do it. So that's interesting, and, I guess the game's over. Well, that's a shame. Didn't even really get to shoot any of the guns. So much for science fiction shoot 'em up. Oh look, title screen. Maybe it's one of those psych intros or whatever. Ooh, where are we? Probably on some sort of planet surface. I don't know.
Commander Shepard has been recovered.
Huh, they recovered Shepard. Okay, this is interesting. I'm not sure if this is a thing, but I really think that they probably should have put medical stuff on the rating to be aware of. Because as cool as this is, the restoration of the Lazarus Project did kind of freak me out. I found it interesting, but kind of disturbing. So, I mean, it was definitely something I really wasn't expecting. It definitely, it freaked me out and basically proved once and for all that I could not survive in the medical profession. So if you can do that, more power to you. Okay, my name was the only one I could think of on the top of my head. And we're going to customize the character because I like customizing. And to save time, I'm going to time-lapse this. Because I think it took me about maybe 10 minutes or so to customize my character. And I'm pretty sure that some of you don't have the willpower or patience to watch 10 minutes of real-time customizing a character. To me, the hardest part of video games is the naming your character and the customizing it. It's the pain in every single MMO I've played, and a bunch of other games, but customizing is one of my favorite elements in games. And inside the first game, Abby and I couldn't figure out how to move your Shepard's head. So with this one being able to do it is definitely a pretty big plus from the first one. And it definitely makes the customizing your chin and your nose a bit, not a bit, but much easier. I'm not too sure what that code thing is down there, or if I should consider writing it down or holding on to it. Yeah, but it seems like it's the programming code for this particular Shepard, so I find that to be pretty interesting. Hair color. Probably one of the toughest things in it. Got it close to my, this isn't exactly what I look like, but it's pretty similar. I don't wear a lot of makeup, so there we go. Finally done with that. Okay, looking good. Now on to the next thing about games. Class. I don't read all of the profiles because I was looking for a specific class. There's one that is a mix of sort of the bionic or biological and technological side of the story of the class systems, and I wanted to do that one because I like mixing something that seems mystical and technology together. Plus, I really like the mapping for the class in this one that shows sort of a flowchart as to what is empowered and not. In the other one, you picked your class first and then you customize, and if you selected an adept, you had this glowing aura all the way around you while you were customizing, and it made it really hard to choose to sculpt the character. Okay, almost done. Now we have to read through this. Anyway, Spacer was, your parents were military and they took you with them. So you're used to all that traveling stuff, so you enlisted. I don't remember what the Earthbound's backstory is, but I like the Colonist one because as a storyteller, I like more traumatic backstories, which is again another reason why I'll choose the Sole Survivor because of trauma, and I've also find interesting about the psychology of people who've gone through similar stuff. So here's more medical imagery. At least it's an interesting loading screen. I wonder what's going on.
Oh my God, Miranda. I think she's waking up.
Hey, it was that girl talking to that guy, and there's that another guy, and...
Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts.
I think this is one of the oddest first-person encounters I've had, because just weaving in and out of consciousness, I have done something similar to this. I didn't full outright break my nose, but I was in the hospital for surgery on it, and I was also under anesthesia and was trying to stay conscious. And I couldn't do it. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Oh, now you want me to wake up.
Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack.
That's never a good sign if you're in a medical facility and it's suddenly under attack.
Grab the pistol and armor from the locker.
Okay, get a pistol.
Wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon.
Spacebar, got a pistol. Awesome.
Pistol doesn't have a thermal.
Move to cover.
We'll get you a clip from. Damn it! Those canisters by the door are going to blow. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you.
It's just...
Thermal clip for your pistol.
This is pretty interesting. Oh, reload is R. I'm going to forget what the reload button is. So nice to know that I now have video evidence as to what that button is. The controls are slightly different from the first one. Another new element is definitely the reloading concept. I'm not sure if I like it because this is a laser-based weaponry, so I don't think you really have to worry so much about clips and stuff, but it also makes a lot of sense. So it definitely adds a higher stake to the combat, and you're going to see the consequences of those higher stakes with me not picking up thermal clips and having a hard time figuring out how to reload. So yeah, I think the thermal clips were a really good addition in the game. Shooters are not my best game. I have a hard time with targeting and hitting the targets. So that's one reason why you'll see that it takes me a good long while to defeat the enemies, because I'm missing so much. Hopefully this game will hopefully Mass Effect and other games like this... Oh, I'm dying. That's not good. And other games like Mass Effect could probably help with my aim, so I can be better at it. Because that would be fantastic. The worst thing about this game is the glass that separates me from a bunch of the other people. Ooh, grenade launcher, that'll be fun. The reason why I think that's the worst part of this level is because I can't help people on the other side of the glass, which is a really great thing that was added, because it definitely goes with the you can't save everyone. Oh, that thing has a bigger target. Need to find Need to keep an eye out for more grenades.
Hurry! Get to the door! Run!
I'm not sure if running through the fire is actually really that good of an idea. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Nice to know that this space thing still has what are those things? The little office water stuff with the little cups. That was one of my favorite things about the doctor's office when I was a kid, the little Dixie cups and the water machine. Sorry, I got on the counter and didn't realize how I got there, so... Not gonna work. Oh, there we go. That's so weird. Huh, so let's call it. See, this is what I mean. One of the worst parts of games. Another bad thing is that you can see the impact you made on the glass, but you can't break it. And now I'm officially out of grenades, so hopefully I don't need any of those later.
Have a nice trip.
Oh, another living person. Definitely nice to see another face after shooting up those mechs.
How I got here. Plus my head feels like an overripe melon ready to split open. How about you fill me in a little?
Damn. Yeah, I forgot this.
Another thing that I really like about Mass Effect 2 is that it does launch you into a bigger world and a bigger story. Nice shot.
Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you
If you're hearing other voices in the background, those will be
killed. Dead as dead.
other people here talking.
Scientists spent the last
Saying that it is pretty windy. Our house has sustained some damage, so we are evaluating it.
I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
Awesome. They're going to teach me how to use companion abilities. I like this screen a bit better than the one that they have in Mass Effect 2. It's definitely a bit more user-friendly on switching weapons and getting your companions to do their abilities. Yeah, I don't even think I have a clip to reload with.
Okay. I promise I'd answer your questions.
Yeah, but that's the thing with the added stakes. If you don't have any clips or are completely out, if you don't have any clips, then the stakes definitely do get higher. It's like either you go look for them, or you fall back and again look for them. You know, I really have a choice.
Cutting edge technology.
So we'll interrogate this guy and everything he knows about what's going on.
Details you'd have to ask the scientists, but I'm pretty sure.
It looks like the procedure that we went through was cybernetic, not so much cloning. So if you looked at Game Theory's theory about this on Mass Effect, Matt Pat will say that it is cloning.
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring
Yeah, but that goes up against the lore of the game if I know anything about it, which I really don't.
best technology money could buy.
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it, what they're after?
Damn if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, and bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
Another thing that I really like about this game is the dialogue trees and being able to talk to people. I mean, that's just something that I also like for games if you have to customize people to be able to communicate with them. And sort of see what sort of person you are.
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know.
Or what your character is.
Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
Isn't it's just fascinating.
If alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station.
In case if you haven't noticed, I like going through all the dialogue options
What's your job here?
because new to the world and stuff, like hearing out what's going on.
Served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the
Yeah, this guy's talking about the Alliance, so maybe we were found by Alliance people.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Alright, let's go find some thermal clips and get going.
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there?
Whatever what that little orange thing is, it is pretty awesome.
This is Jacob. Here with Commander Shepard. Just took
Oh,
a
we're
wave of mechs
talking
over
to someone.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get her out of
Well, he is.
the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. Service tunnels are this way.
Yeah, so we're gonna go see the doctor guy responsible for this. So maybe he'll have some answers. And that would be very nice. Ooh, flashy lights. I think I'm picking up the clips.
Been spotted.
Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Ah, there we go. She finally auto-reloaded. Oh. Yep.
Find us another route out of here. Preferably one that doesn't lead straight into an enemy squad.
Just keep moving toward the control room.
Oh, he's putting a shield around me. That's pretty cool.
Oh god. They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh god! I'm hit! They shot me! Shepard! Down here!
Ah, found him.
Bastards got me in the leg!
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
They have a pretty. They're both wearing a pretty strange crest.
Hopefully there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Grab the Medigel from the first aid station on the wall.
Medigel. Probably because Kolto or Beta or whatever what it is under Star Wars' copyright. There it is, Unity. Kind of makes me think of a completely different game, but still pretty good. Good ability to be able to heal your teammates.
My life. Guess that makes us even now. I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs. But whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio lane.
That's suspicious.
I came here to try and fix this.
I don't know about you guys, there's just something edgy about this guy.
How do you explain that?
I don't care who set up who. Those mechs are shooting at all of us. We'll sort it out later.
We need to find Miranda first. We can't just leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead.
Oh, that's a bit extreme. She's either dead or a traitor.
This project was Miranda's
That doesn't make sense.
sabotage it.
Okay, maybe she's not a traitor, but that doesn't change the facts.
Another fun thing about it's like, you were out for 2 years. Behold, weird craziness.
We can overload the canisters to clear a path for the shuttles.
Okay, it's the other guy's ability, the overload. No, it's overload. You were over it. I just loop Monsignor over everything else. Ah, that was useful.
Okay, we took him down, but this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if she's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project, the program that we built. It's funded and controlled by
Cerberus.
Cerberus.
I think that was a pretty big plot thing inside the last game, but saying I didn't play that one to completion. I don't know who they are. Except Cerberus being some sort of mythical dog that guarded the underworld.
But things change. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look,
It's pretty interesting that he said the Alliance gave up on Shepard and just let
once we're off the station,
him or her, we'll just go with her because I'm playing a female, be dead. And they're like, nope, no, we're gonna bring her back.
Well, if I won't get any more answers here, let's get moving.
It's not much farther to the shuttle bay.
Scholar. Alright, there's a data thing. Oh, hacking. Hacking in this game, I do have to admit, is a lot different than hacking in the first game. In the first one, they give you a little maze thing that you have to run through, and this one, they give you a weird little match. So, I definitely think hacking was easier in the first one. Yeah, but I do think how they have hacking is pretty interesting. Don't worry, I'm going to get to where I figure out what I'm doing. I think I figured it out. Click it. Click it. Ah. Now I have officially figured it out, except now I am just looking for the code that matches the last one I did. So the other code is a bit... I didn't realize the target code segment changed. Oh, we've almost got it. Yay! We've mastered hacking. And we have more medical stuff. Oh, and credits. That means one thing. We lived through this and are able to go shopping.
Activating.
More mechs.
Gravity's one mean mother, huh?
It doesn't seem as if there's any aliens to shoot in this little starter area. But it still is a pretty good science fiction shoot 'em up. And the facility is pretty interesting. Awesome, we can get going. Oh, get to the next point of cover. Huh. Oh yeah, sure, let's hack this. We know what we're doing now. Oh, the one right underneath it. There we go. Yay, credits! What is this? Oh, it's that gal. The one who walked through the hologram in the opening cutscene. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, security safe. This also took me a while to figure out. Security overriding inside the first game was pretty similar to hacking inside the first one, so it was definitely a lot easier to do. But as difficult as it is to sort of get a feel for this, I like how they changed up the mechanics and how the hacking and stuff worked from the first game. Definitely makes it a bit different. Never like, it's been 2 years, things have changed since you were out unconscious and being paced back together. Either with cybernetic stents or cloning or whatever crazy thing Project Lazarus decided to use to bring us back. Ha! We're getting it. Oh, almost had it. I'm not sure if some of these shooting, the hacking or slicing or all of this was an accident or if I did it on purpose, but it's pretty interesting. I don't really like time events in video games. They're tricky when time starts running out. Then it's like, ah, unleash panic mode. So perhaps that odd symbol thing that these two are wearing is the Super's logo. Which is pretty interesting because it looks like Shepard is still wearing a battle armor suit that is similar to what you find Shepard wearing inside the Alliance. Clip. Shame there aren't any enemies nearby, so I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Well, this way looks different. Looks like we got a coffee pot. TV, perhaps. Oh, Clip, we made it.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Oh, she shot him.
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
I don't really like her.
You say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man?
There's just something about her that she feels like she belongs, but she also feels like she doesn't belong. Her face and hairstyle kind of reminds me of something more of what I would see in a vampire game and not so much in a science fiction game. There's just something about her that rubs me wrong.
Besides trying to save your life, Wilson figured out I was helping you when he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
We can't leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I don't like. It's like, the only person who's worth saving is you. Oh, what about everyone else? Aren't they worth saving?
Man is waiting for you there.
Even if there are still people here and they're in trouble, it should be our moral responsibility to go save them, but
The Lazarus Project's director.
guess not.
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
What does Cerberus want from me?
Maybe you
So maybe that's why I don't really like her. She's so unconcerned about others.
Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
So we were on a space station. That's just floating in space. I thought it was a space station on a planet.
Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
What, we have to do this now?
I thought she was like the sort of medical doctor, not a psychologist sort of doctor.
Questions during the shuttle ride will have to suffice.
Okay. Records show you were a colony kid. Lost your parents when slavers hit Mindor. You enlisted and you survived a Thresher Maw attack that wiped out the rest of your team. Do you remember that?
We should move on.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes.
Thank goodness, Jacob.
I can vouch for
I like him.
skills personally.
I sure hope he's a permanent member of our team. I could care less for Miranda.
Man accepts our little field test as evidence enough.
Now this is a nice ship. Or maybe it's a station. I have no idea.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room. The elusive man is
Okay,
waiting.
she's not gonna let me talk to her. I don't know how to get in there, so... Ooh, what's this? Appearance? Peanut brittle, yeah, I want to change my appearance. Or I'm going to... That's another fun thing about games. I really like the changing appearances and outfits. Ooh, that's cool. It's an okay outfit. I'd think it would have looked better if it wasn't against a brown background. Ooh. We're gonna go with this one because it's shiny. Yay, fast, Anisha. Much easier to get in this game than it is in Warcraft. Huh, what is this? Oh, so we're going to talk to him via hologram. Well, that's not fair.
Commander Shepard.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
I don't know what to make of this elusive man. He smokes, he drinks, he's kind of weird. I mean, what he says and what he wants makes sense, but there's just, I don't know, it's like, what Supers wants makes sense, but how they're going about it is just, I don't know, edgy.
What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under
That ain't crossed his legs. That's an odd thing. I don't know of many real men who I don't know many men in real life who cross their legs. It's just an odd thing.
That's just one reason we chose you.
So we're going to interrogate him on everything that's going on, and maybe he'll shed some light on the subject.
What you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand.
Now, when he said that when I did the actual playthrough, and he said, "You're more than a soldier, you're a symbol," my first thought was, like Katniss Everdeen?
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the
Where is the plasma bow and arrow, it will be said.
colonies.
Well, the plasma arrows and the bow.
I'd say that fits the definition.
I'm not sure what he means about harvesting.
Because it's random, and the attacks occur.
I mean, probably one of those lore things that you have to play the first game and maybe read some of the books to get a grasp for it.
If this is a threat against humanity, you need to mobilize the Alliance.
The Alliance is overwhelmed by the responsibility.
Okay, well, we are winding down, so I will give Mass Effect 2 its little short review. It was what I was expecting, a space shoot 'em up with dialogue tree options and goo customization. Plus for the thermal, the thermal stuff and having to reload the gun. I like how the command screen was easier to get to and easier to manage. I hope that a bunch of the other stuff inside the game are just as easy to use. I like the how the shooting mechanics worked. I'm still not a huge fan of targeting or shooting and would prefer if it was on a sticky or an auto target. But it seems pretty solid and works very well with it. Hacking and security override were a bit tricky, but once you figured out how to do it, it was pretty easy to do. I think I preferred the hacking and override in the first game, even though that one was pretty strenuous to do the first couple of times. I really like how it feels like an overarching story and you've just come into the middle of it. Will I play Mass Effect 2 again? Yes. Definitely, that's a resounding yes. So, this on the house game, on Origin on the house game, for the snidge bit that we've played, I will give it a 3-star rating, 3 to 4-star rating. Yeah, let's go with 4. No, not 4, 3. No, let's do 4. And hope that the actual full game can get it 5 stars. So, I'm Esther, and stay in touch.